So we're in Battambang, Cambodia, and we're doing the Old Town walking tour. Before Buddha was enlightened on his road to enlightenment, he tried various things. One of them was almost starvation, and this seems to be depicting that here in this temple. The thought behind that was, I guess, if you forego all enjoyment, that you'll give more to your essential self or something like that. He later rejected that concept and came up with what he calls the middle way, or what people call the middle way. But it seems to have showed up in the characters on the side of this temple. This is Dan of Vagabond Awake. This beautiful temple is in the central part of town. I was unable to find out much information on it, but I thought it was beautiful and I'm sharing it with you. There's a map for this tour. Just click the link below this YouTube video. Enjoy. So this is the central market here in Battambang, Cambodia. Unlike a lot of the tourist markets we see in Southeast Asia, this is a real one. Everything's here: vegetables, food, clothing, and it's priced mostly at local prices. But you really need to know what stuff costs, or you're going to end up paying more. Anyway, the architecture is quite unique, and let's go inside and check it out. So there's a waterfront park on the, you'll walk along during your tour, and this is it. It was put in by the French when they began to turn this really from an outpost into the second largest city in Cambodia. And for that reason, a lot of the buildings you see along the waterfront were buildings, not all of them, but many of them are buildings that were put in during the French colonial times. And you'll find people strolling through this park. It has like a grass center, and it has these light posts, and people will be strolling through this in the evening to cool off. So Cambodia became part of Indochina in 1907. So that's when the colonial era began here. This building here, as you can see, this is built probably between, say, 1907 and 1917, when the bridges across the river were put in, sometime in that period. This is the first part of the city that was updated, right in front of this park. In a minute, I'll show you some of the the best preserved French architecture. But there's this cool little Chinese temple I want to show you. on the waterfront we found last night when we were walking across the street here. Always remember to look at the backs of the doors. When the temple's open, the doors are swung in and you won't notice it. But so you can see the colonial architecture along this riverfront walk. This is the first street developed by the French, and some of the best preserved French architecture in Cambodia. So this is the museum for the province of Battambang, Cambodia, and it opens at 2 o'clock. It's not quite 2, so we'll move along and come check it out later. This is Provincial Hall. It's where the government of Cambodia for this province is administrated. And it's a little newer building, but we're here to see the governor's residence or palace, which is next door. Wow, that's beautiful. This one's built during the French colonization period. This is where the governor lived. Let's take a look. We have 4 other videos about Battambang, Cambodia. Retired cheap in Cambodia, best cheap food, nightlife tour, city walking tour, and best tour outside the city. Click more information below this video for our webpage with all the other Battambang videos embedded therein and 50 other retired cheap reports. This is Dan of Vagabond Awake, and if you're enjoying this video, could you please subscribe, like it, comment, any of those things would help us in the search rankings and improve our business, so I can get enough money together to buy her a new pair of shoes. She has holes in the bottom of her shoes.
No, I don't.
Please help us.